In this year's Apple September event, they've introduced the iPhone 15 lineup, featuring a minor design update with USB-C forced by the EU, titanium edges, thinner bezels, and action mode for the Pro models, minor performance and camera improvements. Hi, I make short long-form videos, and unfortunately, comparing with the previous iPhones the past few years, no true innovation has happened. You see, ever since Tim Cook stepped in as Apple CEO way back in 2011, and from introducing the iPhone 5 with mainly a new, larger design and Lightning, to Touch ID and an upgrade to the 64-bit with the 5S, new design with the 6 plus a larger option with 3D Touch in the 6S, and so continued with the iPhone 10 mainly introducing an entire new screen, camera, and replacing Touch ID with Face ID. Then the next year, releasing more iPhones with variety and continued minor changes with its camera and performance, with the new design in 2020 with the 12, and so on that this cycle has kinda continued till today. Innovation has become more like improvements. It's not just the iPhones having the effect. You can tell that the iPad also has the same effect, and other products in the ecosystem. So why have they stopped innovating the iPhone? Well, there are touchy events going on right now, and you see, blaming the beer pandemic or not, the economy has gone scheisse. Prices went up, and people becoming more broke, employees are also being laid off from, let's say, big companies, so practically, nobody has the money to buy things. Even competition is saturated that they are already trying to catch up with the iPhone. Due to that and whatnot, Apple was also working on other products amidst it. Recently, they've introduced the Apple Vision Pro at a very expensive price of $3,500 for a very niche audience, like engineers and architects, than for everyone at the moment. And what practically every Apple user uses today, iCloud, to integrate hardware and software for better user feasibility, especially with clipboarding and, unrelated to iCloud, airdropping from a device. I mean, it is one of many factors why people use Apple products today, including me, which I'll get into later. They also used to work on other products to keep up the hype like AirPower, but was scrapped later on due to the lack of high-tech standards for it, alongside working on Apple Car, which ended up becoming scaled down from its original idea, especially with the iPhone Fold, but not really of a big at the moment. Tim Cook was also specialized in marketing, fulfilling Steve Jobs' dream of having Apple being the most valuable company in the world according to history, but in return, not for innovating. And so, had no choice but to wait out till it's the perfect time to release them despite competition, especially with releasing, let's say, Always on Display, Dynamic Island, and 120Hz later on, so that its battery wouldn't drain so easily, improving upon it than releasing half-baked, and while at it, worked on marketing its products for a bit specific audience for the kind of brokies, mid-range, and professionals to account the needs of the many over the needs of the few, since nobody cares about the spec sheets and rather want to try or join in the ecosystem, continuing to keep up the hype similar to Mac marketing today that will slowly die out.